Man, let's just go ahead and lock this guy up, bro. What has D4VD not done? Now, for all of you who don't know the David situation, that's tough. You're gonna have to figure it out. But I wanted to show this new information that I recently came across online on the internet, as y'all see right here. This commenter, Witchy Ashy, she said this has nothing to do with the actual video, y'all. I just thought this was interesting because I saw it. She said, I'm a death care slash mortary, just mortician worker from what I've been hearing. I feel like they're doing a toxicology report. I hope I said that right. I'm not sure if they said they were doing that, but most pending investigations are due to investigators waiting on toxicology reports to come back. This can take months, so maybe that's why there's a holdup. So it's possible she died from an overdose. And to be honest, I'm feeling like that may be what it may be for real as well, because I need y'all to realize just because somebody he may have not killed her, but like say she was around drugs or something like that, and he was facilitating the drug use because he probably does drugs himself. Even though he didn't kill her, he can still get charged with the dismembering or the misuse of a corpse, misplacements of a corpse, abuse of a corpse. It's something like that. Because people are saying he didn't kill her, but like his actions may have indirectly killed her. So yeah, maybe he didn't murder her. We don't know yet because we're still waiting on all the reports, but he still may have actually played a big role in her death, and that's what I'm low-key leaning towards. But I just thought that comment was interesting, so I wanted to add that at the beginning. Also, subscribe to my channel. We're about to hit 1,000. We can finally start making some money. With that, let's get into this video.
Hey everyone, I'm Ashley Banfield, and this is Drop Dead Serious. Big new developments in the case of the rising pop star and his dead underage girlfriend discovered in the trunk of his Tesla. You have probably seen the headlines about David, real name David Anthony Burke. The soft-spoken, chart-topping singer whose abandoned Tesla contained the rotting remains of his underage girlfriend, Celeste Rivas Hernandez, in Los Angeles. Neighbors had complained about the car for days, mostly because of the smell, a brutal smell. At first, they thought it might be a dead animal, but when the police finally had the car towed, the smell followed it.
Can I ask y'all a question too, to all my viewers? Didn't y'all think it was weird that they said that the Tesla got towed and then it sat there for a couple days before people started complaining about the smell? So you're telling me people towed a Tesla? The tow guy, maybe he didn't get out the car because tow guys normally don't even get out the car. Maybe the tow guy didn't smell it, but whenever they were running it through the system or running it past the gate, you're telling me nobody thought, what the fuck is that smell? Like, because they said it was days before somebody called the police at the facility to get the car checked. Like, that's a little fishy in my opinion. Like, how did nobody just not think? Because if I walk past, you drive past a dead animal on the side of the road and that shit is kicking, even with your windows up. So imagine you walking your dog or driving past a Tesla with a whole dead 14-year-old girl, bro. I've never smelled a dead body, like a dead body, but if an animal is that bad, I can only imagine how a human might smell. So that's a little fishy to me already.
All the way to the impound lot. And days later, workers there couldn't ignore it any longer, and they too called the police. This time,
like, couldn't ignore it any longer. Why was y'all ignoring that?
When the investigators popped the trunk, they realized what they were smelling wasn't an animal at all. Inside the Tesla was the decomposing body of the pop star's underage girlfriend. Very, very underage. Celeste had just turned 15. In fact, her birthday was the day before she was found dead in that trunk. And since she'd been dead in that trunk for a long time, she died at 14. I think it's fair to say. She hooked up with David, spelled with the number 4, years before even that, possibly when she was only 12.
Jesus Christ. Ugh. And then what's so gross about that too, bro? Like, what's so gross about him like hooking up with her is like, what throws me off is if she was like 12, 13, I could see maybe like we've all heard stories and even known girls where they like 16, 17 and their boyfriend's like 20, 21. I'm like, that's still a little weird, but that's more tolerable type shit, because by the time you get to like 16, 17, especially as a woman, your body's starting to like really develop and you're starting to get your grown woman body. But it's like a 12, he was 18, 17 at the time, messing with a 12-year-old. Like, there's nothing you get from messing with a girl that young, because her body's not, you feel me? Like, the body's not even developed to something you would want. And he already had clout and fame and all that, and girls. So it really makes me wonder, like, just why, what possibly could you get from messing with a 12-year-old? Like, you're just a genuine sick person.
David has never been charged, and he has never been named a suspect in any crime, right?
Right.
Likely because investigators can't tell how or even when
She died.
Celeste actually
Yeah.
died. The autopsy was inconclusive, but the all important toxicology report has yet to be released,
Right. Remember, y'all, the commenter just said that. Which
presumably
Ashley,
because it
shout out
hasn't
to
yet
her.
been finished. But there is reason to believe that it could be finished at any moment. And that report could answer a trunkload of questions.
Facts.
In the meantime,
No
we've
pun intended. Did she just say a trunk load of questions? Oh my God.
got
That's messed
a
up.
Build-A-Bear clue. Yeah, you heard me right. I said Build-A-Bear. There was something found inside David's Hollywood Hills mansion. And stay with me on this one because
Oh,
it's quite a story. But first, a quick thank you from both Ashley and client and turned
shout
up
out.
inside a Build-A-Bear certificate turned up inside David's former mansion.
Right.
You know, the place where he lived up until a week or so after the LAPD raided it.
Mm-hmm.
He moved out shortly after the raid, but clearly he did not take everything with him, like the Build-A-Bear certificate.
Mm.
What's important is what's at the bottom. Take a look closely. You can see the name Esmeralda. Celeste, the dead girl, had a cousin named Esmeralda.
Okay.
There was also a cousin named Esmeralda who launched a GoFundMe for the family after Celeste's death. Are they the same? Dunno. But there's a lot of coincidences in this story. The certificate, the Build-A-Bear certificate,
Okay.
is dated April 21st, 2024. And that matters why?
Why?
Because it's 16 days after Celeste's family reported her missing for the final time.
Right.
We know that she ran away from home, ran away at
Right.
least twice in the months before that.
Mm-hmm.
But also on April 21st, David was spotted on TikTok riding a roller coaster at the very same Six Flags park where his girlfriend's cousin built a bear.
So we know they were there.
And we know
Okay.
she built the bear there because there's a Build-A-Bear at that Six Flags, and it's the date. So it's likely that
Oh,
David
shit. And her
and
cousin.
Celeste and cousin Esmeralda were
We're all
all
together.
at that Six Flags resort on that same day, while Celeste was officially a missing person. So I don't think she really was. Because
A
when you're a
missing
missing person, usually your family doesn't know where you are. And yet, Esmeralda, Celeste's cousin,
Knew exactly where she was at, and they were having a good old ass time at. So what is she implying, that maybe her family's in on it, or this? Generally though, why haven't we got in a single interview? Now that I'm thinking about it, why haven't we got a single? Now listen, they, to be fair, they might just be grieving. They're not internet people. They don't know about none of this stuff for real, so they don't touch it. I can see that too. They're grieving, so I gotta take that in account. But I genuinely do wonder, why haven't we gotten nothing as far as even a statement? I don't think. Didn't they maybe have an interview, I think, with her dad on the news or some shit like that? But we haven't gotten like a sit down interview or like a big public statement from anybody really. Her mom, her brothers, or like nobody really. So yeah, that is a little strange.
knew where she was.
It was obvious they had a terrible relationship though. Remember our last video? Like it was, they said the police was called what, like a handful of times to her house before on some issues with them. So it was obvious that they had not a good relationship.
On April 21st, 2024. She was also spotted at Esmeralda's graduation in May of 2024. So missing.
Oh, Esmeralda's older
And
too.
we've shown you the video of a runaway Celeste arguing with her family's next door neighbors in September of last year. Her family.
Damn.
She's home at her family's backyard yelling at the neighbors. A year before she died, she's not missing. But they didn't tell the police that. They kept her as a missing person.
Oh.
And now comes a picture from almost a year before that, October 2023. It is Celeste and Esmeralda in Las Vegas, the same day that David was performing there.
Oh,
Celeste would have
shit.
been just 13 years old at the time.
And her cousin didn't say nothing, probably because she was getting free benefits too. But I heard not saying nothing about a grown ass man fucking with her 13-year-old cousin. She got to go to free concerts, got to go to Six Flags, and just got to have fun at random places for free. That's fucking foul, bro. On God, that's so foul, bro. You just threw your cousin to the wolves for some fucking, man. That shit's foul as fuck.
All of this was uncovered by Steve
All blood ain't family, and all family's not blood.
Fisher. He's a private investigator hired by David's former landlord of that mansion, who wants to know once and for all what the hell went on in his rental house when David and anybody else were in there.
Right.
Here's our conversation. Steve, let's talk toxicology report. First, I gave a little hint there. You have the answer, though. Why is it that we think the toxicology report on Celeste might actually be coming sooner rather than later?
Well, I've been tracking the cases around deaths around the same time as hers and from the weeks before, and those that were in deferred status have been changing over to, having cause and manner. There are a few cases that still haven't, but there are several cases actually on the same day.
I can't imagine being the guy who's on this case for the body, the toxicology. I know them niggas is nervous as fuck because they got everybody breathing down their back. They got us, the whole internet, waiting for that shit. And if they say something people don't want to hear, then they gonna get allegations that they, what I'm saying, they paid off or boom, boom, boom. Boy, I would hate to be whoever them people is right now on this shit. Even the detectives on this case, I would hate to be them niggas because if y'all don't get a guilty verdict, pretty much niggas finna say y'all biased or they finna shit on y'all. Oh yeah. Prayers to the people on this case, and I hope y'all can actually get an honest and widen true perspective on what actually happened and find the actual true verdict. You know what I'm saying? Prayers to y'all and y'all families.
On the 8th, September 8th, as hers, that toxicology has come back because they now list those other.
Like, look at this guy right here. He's not even officially actually on the case. He's a private investigator. And look at how stressed this guy looks, bro.
Some of the other people's deaths as effects of fentanyl or whatever. So I believe her initial talks may be back, and they're still working through, cause and manner. But there's also a good chance because of the state of decomp that they have to send, this out for additional testing or a different type of testing to get, a result.
This shit is just, I think we're gonna end it right there. This is just gross, bro. The fact that her body was cut up, the fact that he just like, that's fat, and the fact that like her family was just like, not her family, but like her cousin and like it seems like all these different people knew. To be honest, how does she have a boyfriend named David as a family? Now that I'm thinking about, like, we gotta stop. We gotta make sure people are more involved in their kids' lives. Like, I'm not saying parents don't be involved in their lives, but like sometimes I feel like parents only be involved in your lives as much as like not the bare minimum, but like their comfort zone or like boom, boom, boom. And once you get to a certain age, they kind of, I get it, we need space and time to grow, but like they kind of like they don't ask you what you're interested in anymore. They stop asking you like, how do you feel about shit like that? And I feel like that might have played a role because how is she dating a popular famous nigga and y'all just don't know? Or did y'all know but y'all didn't care because she was getting money from him or whatever it was? I don't know, but shit just weird, bro. I can't even lie. This whole situation's weird. Anyways, though, listen, man, I'm Alex the Virgo. This is my live channel. Please subscribe. We about to hit 1,000 subscribers, and we'll be monetized and start making money off these videos as well. So I appreciate y'all so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Love. We out.